Okay, we have been gone for a month, and now significant property update. Let's start with Chrissy's sister's house, which is being made out of these beautiful bricks, and a lot has been done there. Looks like they're about to finish pouring the slab. Last time we were here, all that foundation work was being done. And while we were gone, the architect came up one day a week. Now this is going to be a parking structure right here, a 2-car, and there'll be an outdoor kitchen over there. Try not to run into anything here. So the foundation is in, the pad is being poured, the plumbing is mostly in, and the dogs, you can hear them in the background. They haven't seen us in a month. They're just greeting Chrissy. So you can see here, all the plumbing runs the back of the house. That's how they did the plan. And that may be the kitchen sink right there, that line. Those 2 pipes, one for the gas and one for the kitchen sink possibly. This is the workers' little house. And they are going through some materials here. Yeah, this is starting to look like, and look at the view they're gonna have here. Check that out. So this is altogether under roof. It's gonna be around 2,000 square feet. It's gonna be a patio that extends out. Weather today is pretty nice. I'd say it's about 78 degrees, a little bit of a breeze. Let's go back over to the homestead. So this is crazy. We have been gone for a month. And during that month, I gave Uncle James no instructions and I was asked no questions. I like it like that. I have no idea what they've done. I just came from the hardware store. We only had a $600 bill for materials for the month. So we were out spending crazy money because we went to Taiwan, South Korea, Singapore, Thailand, and Kuala Lumpur. And we were spending money like just a drunken sailor. So we did not purchase a lot of flooring and fixtures and sinks and things like that. We basically figured if they could buy what they want at the hardware store, they'll do what they can do. And we got an avocado here from the tree. So we'll put there. All right, so they probably did a lot of rendering, which is the second 2 coats on the hollow block would be my guess. And yeah, this has all been rendered. The fascias, and this has all been rendered here. So this was done, this little piece, but all this has been rendered on the outside of the property. And the inside's been done too. All rendered. This still needs to be rendered in here. And storage room. Hey, Uncle James. You did fine without my help. You've been doing fine. No instructions. So the wiring, the electrical wiring has all been put in. This is the dirty kitchen. This is the rendering coat you can see. So they put 2 coats of this rendering coat, and then they do a skim coat. This is what it looks like with the skim coat. So let's see what else they've done. The electrical outlets, what they do is they chisel these into the wall, and then they render, fill in with cement. What are you doing in there? It's big enough for a bedroom? Yeah. Maybe. Storage room. And this has all been finished. What's that?
Breaker.
Breaker. Okay. This is where the breaker is going to go for this room.
Nice.
And let's see what's going on here. There's electric. So all these electrical, these all had to be chiseled in. Light switches, outlets. This is where the bed will be. All of these outlets along the wall got put in. These 2 coats of rendering were done. The bathroom floor has been done since we were here last. I think I can walk on it. You can see they still have to get the electrical in. The plumbing has been set. CR here. Bathtub here. Sink, drain, I believe, is how that's going to go. Big high ceilings in this bathroom. The windows have been pretty much set. This will be glass block along the road. This will be a big window for the tub to look out on the yard. Well, we could use a little mowing here. And hey, we're back. The dogs are happy to see us. Hooker lumber. So primarily what's been done is all these electrical outlets have been put in. The render coats, which is very time consuming. Like this type of space, 2 coats, takes a lot of man days to finish all this. Get the windows. The windows are kind of perfectly spaced out, ready to, I can have a window man come up here right now and put in these windows. Measure them, be back in 2 weeks with windows. These will be custom made windows. Ready for the door, ready for the door here, ready for the door here. There's ready for me to spend. It's time for me to spend a lot of money, it looks like. Time for doors and windows. Yeah. Okay. Storage room still needs work. I'm saving this for last, apparently. And let's see what's going on here. They've been working on some cacao. They're drying cacao seeds here. They've taken the cacao seeds out. How much was the electric bill? 2,400, just about the same as last month. Even though we stopped running the welder, we had more people here. Chrissy's sister and their babies were visiting while we were gone. And while the mom lived here, all this has been rendered. We have outlets, electrical outlets on the patio. Very important. We're gonna have ceiling fans up here in the ceiling and lighting. That'll get run through the ceiling. I don't recall these joists. These extra supports are here now. That's new, this joist. I think it's called the joist. I'm not sure what that's called. That's brand new, that one. Yeah. Extra support. And yeah, I can see if there's anything done inside the house. I don't think so. Let's check it out. Since we were here last, it's been a long time. No, the ceiling board is still there. The insulation hasn't been put up. So there's no ceiling yet in the house. A slow month of construction, quite a bit of progress next door. And from south of Cagayan de Oro, this is your update. More to come in this video as we'll be here and we'll buy some more supplies. God, we missed this mountain. All those big cities. It's just nice to be here in nature again. These squatters. They picked up some squatters. It's Chrissy's sister. It's beautiful out here. We're cleaning this area up here, moving all the construction supplies away, making it nice and presentable so we can start working and laying out the dirty kitchen for Chrissy's sister's property. This jackfruit tree here is the property line. So separation of the property right here. The left is Chrissy's and mine, and the right is her sister and her fiance. And we made the gate sort of right on the property line too. So we have one shared gate, and you saw us in previous episodes where we expanded it. I think we need to get some more paint on it, it looks like. And then Chrissy's sister's boyfriend bought the land about 100 meters up and 20 meters down the hill, all the way down on the other side. They're going to come and widen this barangay road. And that fact that he bought all the land across the street is going to really minimize the impact on our property here. Yeah. And they're going to start putting the walls up on this property next week. So today's Saturday, and it's important that all the outlets and where the piping goes. So Chrissy's sister's fiance is going to be here doing that all next week. They had more sand delivered, more block. Look at all those supplies up there. This property is going to be finished before ours, would be my guess, because we're, as I said, we're working out a construction. We're working at a cash flow, and we just came back from a 3-country tour of five countries in Asia, and I went back to America to my son's wedding, and I was gone the whole month. Chrissy was gone 15 days. It was quite expensive, and so the month we were gone, it really was just a lot of skim coating, laying in the electric lines, the plumbing, and doing a lot of that labor-intensive work that doesn't really cost much. As I said, we had about a 34,000 peso bill at the hardware store for the entire month we were gone, and that's all we spent on construction last month. That's it. Next door, I would say slightly different picture. And so I would think the walls will be up in about a month next door. And we got a truckload of garbage and water bottles to take back to the city to help support the mountain property. And let's see what else will happen here. It's going to be slow going for the most part on my property. We have a lot more rendering to do, and then we have an entire house to skim coat, and that's not going to show too much progress. But Chrissy and I have some other travel plans coming up, and we'll share those with you soon. So you can see this wall was being skim coated earlier in the day, and they moved all the way across. They got both sides. That's what the first coat of skim coat looks like. So that's had one rendering. This is the first coat of rendering. They chisel out in the hollow block where the electrical lines will go, or the plumbing, and they put one coat on, and then this is the second coat of rendering. And then this is what skim coat looks like right there. So we'll have a drop ceiling, and we're gonna put wire mesh, makes so no little critters can get up there and get into the house. This will have a counter that'll go, the wall will come up about right here, and then just screens and a screen door here. And then this will be screened into, this is like a laundry area that's been built over the septic actually. And we put some double walls in, and we did some special things to account for the septic being so close to the main house. And we have to go buy some more fascia. We're missing 23 pieces. So they can finish the fascia and concentrate on the rest of the rendering and skim coating, getting it ready for paint. And then I think we'll get our window guy up here to do some measurements and get us some quotations for windows. And then we will do some security. We're gonna put some sort of either metal, artistic kind of metal pieces on the windows, or we'll have a kind of a grate that opens like you would see on a commercial store, and have a metal security door. And when we go to bed at night, we'll be able to lock ourselves in the property. We are up here in the middle of nowhere. It's only a couple hundred, well, about 150 meters to the next house up the street here. And we're going to put some specialty alarm systems, and we have CCTV. We've got one on this side of the house now, and we'll have quite a bit more. You can see one right there. Yeah, we've got one right there on this side. We haven't finished the fascia yet, and the gutter there. Yeah, so taking it slow, doing some travel, and running the whole project out of cash flow. These dogs, they need their medicine next time they left it at home. Their tea and flick and heartworm and all that. It was about $30 a dog for 3 months. Okay, we'll be back. We gotta get more work done. Come on. There's no sand in there. Let's see what else is going on here. We've got 2 workers in here getting this window framed in. Hey, Coco. Getting this window framed in. That way we can get the window man up here.
Be careful, it's wet.
Oh,
Here.
yeah.
The back.
This is still being framed in. This has another coat. Plus up here too. Let's see what else is being worked on.
Sorry.
A little bit more work done in here. Let's see, we were here last, they were rendering this wall, these two walls here. Well, the walls are going up here. They are actually going up. See, look at this. This is, I love these bricks, but look how they do this. They thread all these holes with rebar. And the regular walls don't get quite as much rebar. But look how nice and clean that is. And this property is on the move. I think they'll be done before us. But yeah, the walls are going up. Lots of construction materials. Loads of bricks in place. Look at this. This is going to go fast. I think the walls of this house will be up in a month. Maybe the roof will be on at the end of a month even. And there's the workers' shed. And this is where they're doing. They moved all their work supplies down to this end and cleaned up the other end. Let's see if I can walk around here. Got a view from over here. Yeah, these walls are going up fast. Little construction shed. The pad is poured. They were finishing the pad the last time we were here. And generator. Cover. Whoa, there's fishing wire lines everywhere I'm walking into. Okay, here's today's look at the view. And so they've cleaned up down at this end. Now, again, we're going to have a big deck right here behind where they're standing. And here we're going to have a dirty kitchen. The roof of the carport's going to continue out here a ways, but then we're going to have a dirty kitchen, a barbecue pit, and the deck will come out. We're ready to do some work on this deck. Yeah. And there we go. A lot of activity over here on Chrissy's sister's house. Well, it's Good Friday, and there's been a little bit more work done here on Chrissy's sister's home. The walls are really going up. This is the carport here, and that's going to be pretty much of a solid wall with a high window. And yeah, the property has water, and electricity's been ordered, but they haven't actually gone and taken the little seminar that's required. And yeah, it's Good Friday here. We're going to have an adventure. We're going to go down this road and see where it goes. And then we're going to go out to a reservoir and do a little swimming. And yeah, check it out. You can see how this house is coming along. You can see kind of the detail of the construction here. And the water is in over there by the wheelbarrow down there. The water's been put in. Actually, it was put in before we went away. And really sunny day. Summer has kind of started early. The hottest part of summer, at least, has started early. And we left here Wednesday at about 2 p.m. Here's the mama. We left there Wednesday at about 2 p.m. And the men, it's Holy Week here, so there's no work Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 4 days of no work. There's really not much. What is all that water? To a reservoir to do some swimming. Should be interesting. Let's see what we got here. I think somebody brought the jeepney. Could lose a small kid here. We've got roosters too. Where is everybody? Oh, they're up here. People, look at all the people here. Holy cow. A ton of people. It's Good Friday. Hey, Good Friday. No, they're just waving at us. There's people everywhere.
Where's Guy?
I don't know. I don't see him. Okay, we met up with some friends. There's Kai. We're here. We can bring our chair out there, it seems. So the thing to do is sit in the river in your chair. It seems to be the way to go. Okay, we are back after a day and a half. Well, maybe a day only. One Monday. Today's Tuesday morning. And this wall is going up. You can really see the quality of the construction here. And there's no render coats needed. Look at how beautiful this mortar is. And all reinforced. You can see they're starting to run the conduit for the electrical here. And they came out yesterday and marked all the electrical boxes. Let's see if we can see how they marked them. Let's see how I can get in here. So probably on the back wall. Yeah, let's see what we got. I think they came out with a marker yesterday and put where they wanted all the electrical boxes. I don't really see how they did that. Oh, here. Maybe that's it right there. That's just a weld mark. Oh, there's a box right there. Hold on. So here you can see how they're doing this. This is really, I originally wanted to build with these blocks, but you know, I decided to do everything out of cash flow. So here you can see the same hole that can handle the rebar can handle this PVC pipe, and they're not using that flexible hose that we're using. Sometimes the rodents like to eat that orange flexible hose, so they're going to run through PVC right to the box. That's the right way to do it. Well, I think this wall is about 6 feet tall. It's about half, maybe almost half. Yeah, it's about almost 5.5 feet tall right now. So there you go. Progress. Everybody went home. It's 3 o'clock. Quitting time here in the mountains. Usually rains in the afternoon, so they start very, very early. And everybody disappeared. Okay, we're back. 2 days or a day and a half. Look at the size of that wall going up. They are busy working away. This is Chrissy's sister's property and her fiance. Now, they told me yesterday they were going to get a total of 10 deliveries of bricks. They ran out, actually. I think they're waiting on a delivery today. And 10 loads of bricks is going to run right around $7,000. To give you an estimate. It's just loud in here, but let me just walk around and show you what they got going on. Oh, little barriers everywhere. See all that conduit, that orange conduit? That's all for the electrical lines. You know, what's interesting about this property, not only are they building with brick, which was what I wanted to do initially, but they don't need to make a house for a caretaker. In fact, they have a lot of land, so if they needed a caretaker, they could build a kubo for a caretaker. Our plan here was to have the caretaker house built first. And that's this room right here, the bedroom, the small indoor kitchen, the small indoor bath. Then we added the sunroom. Then we decided to build a 1-bedroom ensuite, and we're going to build this patio here too. So we brought Popsy, CJ, and Popsy's significant other. Popsy's going to hit the weeds today. We got a weed eater, and Dan went down there and got the tall grass the other day. Looking pretty good, actually. But we're going to go around all these trees carefully and weed eat There's the dog after being spayed and neutered with a little moonbeam helmet on. And yeah, so we have a combination house. We have a house for the caretakers, Chrissy's stepfather and her mother. And then we're building the ensuite here. And we don't really need the 1-bedroom ensuite until a point in time we want to sleep here. And here it looks like a beam they're building here. I'm not sure what for. Uncle James was working on this ceiling. He had taken off the roof. Let's see. And I'm not sure if that's been cemented or not. There's the old Starling. Oh, you're gonna finish in here next. So let's see what's going on in the master bathroom. That's where a lot of work's happening. All rendering going on this week, this month, really. Getting these walls finished. Let's see what's happening here. This wall's been finished now. Looks like, yeah, look at this. So this has been completely rendered this week. And this is done. The window's been shaped. This is going to be glass block. So I'm not sure. They still have to shape this and get the exact measurement to have the. So Uncle James can just install this glass block here. The window guy's going to come here. And we're trying to source a type of window that will allow us not to put metal bars on the outside. We want to have some sort of sliding situation and keep the views. Boy, look at these views from in here. Aren't they amazing? So nice. And I'm going to have a treadmill like right here eventually, or somewhere in this room. I'm putting a treadmill. Well, they're putting in a beam. I saw them making the rebar. I wasn't sure what it was for, a beam. Because it has to hold the weight of the cement ceiling. Okay, what else is going on here? Making more cement, finishing up these inside walls. Okay, we're starting to render this wall. It's already half done. This is the dirty kitchen area. Okay, we're back up in the mountain after being gone 2 days. Let's see what's going on. Chrissy's sister's house is making a move. That wall's up about 8 feet, I think. And they're starting to really clear the property here. It's gotten very clean. Chrissy's sister, Mimi, and her fiance came up here and they're going to start to lay out the landscaping. Look how clean it is, too. They power washed the driveway, and looks like they got another delivery of bricks, so progress. They ran out of bricks yesterday. They must have just arrived. And everything's being run on this generator, and with gas at $10 a gallon. Holy cow. But it was too hard on the house electrical system. It blew out the Starlink, the welding and the generator and everything. We decided to run on gas instead of using the electrical. But you can see, now this will be the master bedroom right here, and the master bath in the back corner. This whole area is going to be patio. It's going to be a huge covered patio. And they've started to level out this yard here, and they're going to start to landscape it. And they're making a lot of progress. Let's see what's going on at the homestead. They're just doing rendering for the most part. This rendering takes forever. And last time I was here, they were getting ready to pour the ceiling on the storage room. This is a room we're going to have all cement walls and cement ceiling and a steel door. And Uncle James, did you pour concrete yet? Yeah? So let's see what's going on. So the concrete's been poured. Here, Uncle James, show what's above. Hold the camera, show the roof. There you go. Point down. Yeah. They had finished rendering in here. Now they've done this wall. They're moving into the laundry area here. This will be the laundry room, outdoor. It'll all be screened. You can see all the rendering work being done, even out here on this patio. And they finished the CR, all the rendering too. So this room is pretty much ready to be finished. Windows, flooring, this whole room, the bedroom is all finished. It needs doors, windows, flooring. The second coat of rendering is on. A skim coat needs to go on. Let me just see. Now we still have lots of rendering to do. There's exterior walls that need to be rendered. You can see these all need to be rendered here. The side of the house has yet to be rendered. This is a week's worth of work. And the back of the house also, some of it still needs rendering. And you know, this all needs to be rendered here in the back. And you can see the first portion of the house we built has already been skim coated. So when they finish the inside of this laundry room, they're going to start working on the outside. Unless I go to the hardware store and come out of pocket for a bunch of materials, flooring, windows, the ceilings all need to go in too. So that's another thing that's not too expensive and it's time consuming. And we cannot get more fascia. We've been to 3 hardware stores. They're out of stock at every hardware store. We need 23 more pieces of this fascia. And we found 6 last week. So that's something on hold. And they built a second swing over here by the playground. And the kids are having fun. So we are going to the beach in a week or 2 from now, and that's going to be expensive. So we're just holding off on buying the windows, the doors, the flooring. We do have cladding purchase, like for this area here and along the beams. We have cladding purchase. They can work on that. They can work on the ceilings. But we're going to let Chrissy's sister go crazy building the house real fast next door. We're slowing down. Everything's coming out of cash flow. And we moved and shifted a little bit into vacation mode. And we're not in a big hurry to spend a lot of money quickly. We want to space it out. And the men have another month or 2 of work to do with just hanging ceiling fans and lighting and finishing the ceilings, more rendering. But eventually we're going to have to go to the hardware store and buy something. Okay, it's another day and a half since we've been up here. Look at the size of that wall already. We're making some real progress here. This wall, this is the carport area, but this wall is already, I'm 6 feet tall and I get to about here. So we're about 7.5, almost 8 feet. They got more brick deliveries and progress is being made over here. This is where they've leveled out this little landscaping area nicely, cleaned up this. Let's see what's going on next door for another. We're not doing much at my place. We're just rendering and rendering and rendering. It's inexpensive. I see we got another load of fine sand, and that's about 6,000 pesos, 6,500, I think, right here. This wasn't here. We were last here on Wednesday. And Chrissy's half sister, she's 8. She's over there playing with her mother and their cousin. We've got cement work going on, and they're doing the high walls now. Look at that. Kind of finishing up here. And you can see this is what it looks like before we started. This is what it looks like once the render coat's been put on. Very interesting. The bathroom's pretty much done. And they got more cement delivered too, I can see. It's about 450 pesos a bag, roughly. Ceiling's been poured. Uncle James showed us what the top of it looks like. They were working on this laundry area. They finished this wall here. It's been rendered. And then Uncle James is setting in, they put the fishing line so they get a level surface. That's how they know if the surface is level. Look at Uncle James climb that ladder. You'd never know he was close to my age. So you can see the ductwork for this room here. And we are going to be doing some cement work here. So there's 4 men working today on my property. Okay, beautiful hot summer day. We've had very little rain up here. It's very unusual to miss out on this much rain. And we put up a little shade area for a mixing station here. I'm sure we're doing a little cleanup going on here. Check it out. Chrissy's coming back from her special mission. Well, let's do a construction update. We're up here in the mountains. It's just the very next day. Not much has changed. More rendering work. They're doing the tops of the walls in my place next door here. They've started on the outside now. So they're doing all this, finishing this top of the wall, inside and out. I've already finished in here yesterday. I showed you they were finishing up in here. I told Uncle James I want this house, this one bedroom suite, to be soundproof. So this is one of the things you have to do to soundproof a house. You got to make these walls go up a little higher. We'll have insulation on the roof. And we have to do these too. But yeah, we have 4 men working today. We got Chrissy's half sister, her niece out here cleaning up. Doing a little landscaping with Chrissy's mother. We got the dogs chilling out. Uncle James taking a measure. And let's see what they finished in here. They were working on, or they were getting ready to work on this wall. Oh, they are working on it. So the first rendering coat you can see right here. This is a semi-skilled worker, Kokong. And you can see the very first rendering coat going on here. We'll do all these walls and make them like this. And then it'll be ready for skim coat. Now I'm thinking about putting some manufactured pieces of wall. I'm not sure. I don't know what you call them. Oh my God, look who came. Well, Chrissy, it's time for another property update.
Yes, hit it.
A lot going on. Not too much has changed on our property. A lot of cement rendering work. We'll go into that. But look at the house next door. And big progress. We'll show you how we got to this point here. Coming up, another property update from the Bukidnon Mountains. We're going to start putting a safety stringer here across. And let's see what else we got. Okay, we're gonna have some rebar coming across here, it seems, and a little safety barrier. And we are doing more rendering. Took a long time to do this. I'd say this is about 5 weeks worth of work. Uncle James is working in the storage room. He poured the cement roof. Now we can see it. The wood bracing has been taken off. You can see the cement roof. And we're starting to render in here as well. We're still taking off the ceiling. I'm not sure which. So we've got additional rendering going on here in the laundry room. This is the first coat of rendering we saw them put on the other day. Now we're starting on this wall. This has been finished right here. And this is just a labor-intensive job, all this rendering. I think you can see that wall there. All right, we are back up in the mountain after a week in Boracay. What do you think of the tan? I'm about 8 pounds heavier, so bear with me while I get rid of the girth. Here we are back in the mountain, and it's time to see what's been happening with the construction. Now, next door at Mimi's, quite a bit's going on. They finished all the walls. They're getting ready to put the ceiling on and the door frames next. Let's go take a look. I haven't been here for 8 days. We're building a retaining wall down here. They've just started this. This will be a retaining wall along the side of the deck. We're going to have a deck, a rather large deck that goes beyond the tree. 8 meters wide by about 8 meters out. The dirty kitchen will be here where all this dirt is. And the beginning of this retaining wall has now been dug. Here's another footer for this. This is where the dirty kitchen's going to be on their property right here. Now, the steps will go here. So the walls are built. They're done, the brickwork. Let's go take a look. I like these steps. Yeah, it's the walls. Now they had to tear down this post and rebuild it. But check it out. So this is the living room right here. And this is the kitchen. So if you're in the kitchen, here's the water and the drain. And you'd be behind the island here. And you'd have probably the TV on the wall right there and the couch. And this will be the patio outside. So starting right here, there'll be glass and a patio. And the bathroom's going to be right here with all the plumbing. Right, all the plumbing. Small bath, second half bath. And this is a storage pantry. And this is a storage room. Just for, I'm going to have a door to the outside. That's just a storage room. You're going to have quite a big patio under roof. So everything right here, if you can kind of start to see it now, it'll all be under roof right here. This whole section here, and then they'll have grass out here. And the dirty kitchen will be, so you step down and walk around, there'll be a dirty kitchen. That'll lead to the patio that I'll be building. This is the master bedroom, and the master bath is back here. And probably the shower back here. Whoops, a little wet back here. And then another closet here. This is the closet, walk-in closet. And the bed will be, I believe, right back here. And they'll walk out to their patio. They're going to have an outdoor shower. Hey, outdoor shower area here. And they figured out the septic, but I'm not exactly sure where they're going to put that. And I think they'll put some orchards or plantings up there, but there could be another house up there one day. And they own the land across the street. And we're going to probably build something there, maybe jointly after these houses are completed. So let's walk back and see what in the world's going on in my property, Chrissy and I's property. We've been rendering and rendering and rendering, and you don't see too much progress when you're rendering as you take the hollow block walls. What's new? We got some cement going on there. Let's see if anything is new. Been gone for quite a while. The laundry room this is the laundry room. It's all finished. It's all rendered. This is all done. We got power and water. Line's going to go there. The dirty kitchen still needs to be skim coated, but the electricity's in, or the line, the space for it's in. So this is the final second coat of rendering. You can see the skim coat here. Everything that's rendered will have to be skim coated. Let's see what's here. Okay. What's the wood for? Chrissy, what's the wood for?
Oh, that's Mimi's.
Door frames. Oh, next door. These go next door. So when I was here last, we were finishing this room. This is all rendered. The windows are ready to be measured. The electrical lines are cut in. The door is measured off. All the lines and the plumbing is ready to go. And let's see if they're working outside. We had more walls to render outside. And see, when I last was here, they were making the ceiling soundproof. Look at all that cement work up high. Okay, next door, Chrissy's sister, they're making the beams that are going to hold the roof over the patio. So this space here, from here to here, is going to be an outdoor patio. Quite a bit of space and square footage on the roof. And those beams are going to hold the roof at an angle. And they're getting ready to order the roof today, and it has to arrive in 3 weeks. Now here, they're going to build like a 5-foot wall to designate the end of the parking pad and the beginning of the dirty kitchen. And here we're building a retaining wall. And this is going to come down here and cut over and mark the barbecue and the dirty kitchen area. All the electrical box, not all, but a lot of the electrical boxes were put in and the skim coating is starting. So they cleared the dirty kitchen. We brought a couch up. Check it out. There's a used couch. It kind of matches the small piece in the bedroom you might have seen. It's kind of part of this set. And we have a TV and we're ready to put it on that wall soon. But we don't really watch TV ourselves out here, and the kids have one in the bedroom. So here's the insulation that used to be over here. Now in the ensuite, the large one-bedroom ensuite, work is progressing, and there's skim coating, and the 2 coats of render coat have been put on, and you can see the first of 2 coats of skim coat going on. And when the second coat goes on, you sand it and you paint it. And now what we've done is, since I was here the other day, the electrical boxes have been put in and the channels, the grooves, have been filled in with 2 coats of render coat. And we bought flooring for here, and they've emptied this room. This is the original second coat from a long time ago. You can see the wiring used to be exposed and channeled like this right here. So you can see once they put the boxes in, they'll fill in. They're going to cut that out. It looks like that's coming out. But here's what it looks like before they fill in. So they put the hollow block in, and then they put the render coat on, and then they channel it out like this here. And this will be the laundry room here. And you can see some of the boxes. Quite a few of these electrical outlet boxes have been installed since I was here last. They're going to start the floor very soon. We have kitchen counter and kitchen cabinet. It's going to go 1 cabinet facing here. The sink will be here. We have it used. We're getting it from Chrissy's sister's house in the suburbs where they're buying something new. And here's the storage room with the cement ceiling. And this wood is, we're just storing it. It's the door frames for Chrissy's sister's house next door. So we have progress. It's slow progress. You can see they're starting to pour some of this dirt from the retaining walls into our property because we're going to level this out a little bit. Well, it's starting to look like a house in here. We're going to put the TV on the wall. We moved the table in the corner where the nice breeze comes through. It may go in the dirty kitchen eventually, this kitchen table, and we'll make this more of a living room. So they're going to extend the driveway and make it square. They cut it out because it was poured off square. And you can see these columns going up. I've been working today, raising up these columns. You can see the posts for the retaining wall over here. And then Uncle James is starting to put the flooring in the dirty kitchen. We got a delivery today with some clean sand. And kids are having a great time out here with Chrissy. They're playing a game where they throw their sandal and try and knock down the other sandal. Little update on the kitchen floor. It's coming along. Well, the puppies are out for some play after the rain. Well, from beach back to the mountain. Stay tuned for the next mountain property update.